Well, good evening, everyone. I hope that everyone is particularly well. Great having you on board. The market, as you've seen, has been pretty hot, going upwards. And as I said a couple of weeks ago, it's going to come back a bit. I'm not going to say it's going to come back, a huge amount. But what I'm saying is it's going to have a small pullback. And that's what I said. So,
There are two parties in the conference. You will now be placed into the conference.
Well, good evening, everyone. I hope that everyone is particularly well. It's freezing cold down here in Mount Macedon. I can tell you this. Nicholas, who's on the call tonight, can testify to that. He was on a call with me earlier about Antarctica. Well, I said a couple of weeks ago I didn't want to give a lot of recommendations going forward because of the pullback. And, there it is in front of us. There's a bit of a pullback there. You can see the SPX has come back to 1961-ish. Whoop. Somebody's got some noise in the background there. 1961. And then, if you go back over here, it's 1984-ish. So a bit of a pullback. You'll see that I put recommendations up there for members and so forth in terms of summary of positions, in terms of some good buy to close positions, and that's fine. Like ADBE 60, by all means. I mean, the thing's trading at 71.14. By all means, buy to close it. But as to when the next recommendation will be, well, that won't happen until we've got a significant size of support from the market, and that'll happen shortly, but I don't know when. Okay, so let me go to the top as I normally do and just see how everyone's going. Bill, how are you going? Positions you've got and how they're trading?
Got 17 on, Pete. They're all doing okay.
All good. All above strike.
Yep.
That's good. Are you using all of your OBP of your option buying power, or have you got some in spare?
Got a bit spare. The last few I tried to put on, I got nothing.
Yeah, because
thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. That's okay. Look, the trades that we don't get, because we choose not to stop at night time and we choose not to chase the smaller returns, that's okay. It just means that's cool. Then the next day we'll put a trade on or whenever it's appropriate. But, overall, just tell over the last how long have you been trading with me, Bill?
Oh, it's got to be 3 weeks now, Pete, isn't it?
3.
I wouldn't have a clue.
Stop it.
I don't know.
3 weeks, 3 years. That's good. Anyway, thank you for that.
I don't think it'll be that long, but it's a couple of years, I suppose.
Couple of years.
I'll have to go and check it out.
You have to check it out. Anyway, you're making some money?
Making a bit, yeah.
You're making a bit. All right, Bill. Thank you. Hey, the best email you've sent me, of which there have been many, was that recent one you sent me about the average food consumption from people. Right?
Surprising, wasn't it?
That was a ripper. Yeah, that was I'm going to look that up in a second, and I'll show people. That's a great. Basically, Bill sent me an email about how much people spend in different countries on their household bills per week, and what were the numbers, Bill?
Oh, I forget them offhand, but what was one country was $1.25 or something ridiculously low. And yeah, I can't remember them all offhand, Pete, but just surprising.
Yeah, some country was
way below us.
Yeah, I think one country was $1 or maybe $5. And then other countries, Western countries, were $500, and it just shows you what they were consuming. I'll look it up while we're speaking, but it just shows you a bit, hey, about. I heard a great quote today. A man's happiness is not measured by how much that he has, but by how little he needs. How good's that?
Was that on that one I sent?
In fact, to be honest, where I read that was the bottom of your email. That's where I read it.
I think it could have been,
Yeah. Okay. Well, that message got through, Bill. Yeah.
Says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's huge. Like, can everyone on this call? I know anybody on the call tonight who's thinking that we're talking about trading. Yes, we're making money, and yes, it works, and that's great. But isn't it fascinating to think that the measurement of happiness is not by how much you've got, but by how little you need? That is fascinating. Wow. Okay. So what do we work on? Do we work on needing less?
We work on Tony Abbott.
We work on Tony Abbott. What did I read today? A whole lot of hoo-ha about him signing us over to the whale killers. Did you read that?
Know, he's saying all the refugee mothers that are committing suicide so their kids can stay here are just trying emotional blackmail.
Well,
it's not a bad blackmail, killing yourself.
Well, as a man who's been once divorced, I can tell you it works. Anyway, let's not go into that. Let me go next to Ewan, Evan, who's in Canberra. Evan, he's back from holidays. Evan, how's things?
Good. Can you hear me there?
Yeah, no worries. Where are you?
Oh, actually,
Can you shut that door, please, Tom?
Yeah, and tell the dog to shut up.
No, you won't shut up, mate.
No, I've got 14 positions running at the moment.
Yep.
And they're all looking good except for, Continental Airlines.
Yeah.
That one's trading so close to 40. I'm just sitting tight. I had a look at what the roll options were today, just to look at how things will sit, and I can comfortably move it into next month at the moment and still come out ahead. So I'm just happy to sit quietly and watch them all tick over and dissolve away.
What's the code? What's the code for that trade?
UAL.
Yeah, UAL.
UAL.
Yeah. And what do you got it at?
I've got it at 40.
Yeah, 40. I'll just look that up. And two reasons. So of course UAL is above strike, and that's fine. So overall, guys and gals, the market's come back up, a fair bit, and despite that, of all the 40 odd positions we've recommended this month, or whatever the number is, only one is beneath strike, and it's only by just a fraction. Let me look up UAL. It's come back a bit, so it's down here at
A little bit 39. Where was it? I think it closed at, the last was 39.54, so it's just so close to strike.
Yeah, you mustn't have it at 40. You must have it beneath 40. What do you got it at?
40.
Oh, have you? Okay. It's just near strike. Okay.
I won my roll from last month, I think.
Oh, that's a roll.
Yeah. So, otherwise it would have been at 35. I think.
I was going to say 35. Yeah. Well, that's fine. Look how massively it moved within the one day. That is set for the biggest bounce. That'd be a great buy, right where it is, to be honest. But in the business, we're not in the business of buying stocks, but that would be a good buy right now.
Well, that's what I figured. When I looked at it, I thought, well, if you look at its history, it's safe anyway. And take that to an August is actually a quite profitable trade. So, if you've got the faith in it to stay put, and that's doing it, say, 38, I think. I looked at 38.
Yep.
Just on the safe side, and I thought, that's going to make a nice little learner anyway. So, I'll just sit quietly until next Friday.
Yeah, well,
otherwise, all the rest is just fucking on beautifully.
Well, the only thing I'd say about that one, just a point of reference for us all, and if I look it up quickly, you'll see that they're charging more now to buy to close it than it's worth. I'll show you why. If I look up UAL 40, and they're quoting $1.50, right, to buy to close it, between $1.50 and $1.54 to buy to close it. See that?
Yeah.
But the thing's only trading 46 cents beneath its strike. Right? So why would you...
Which begs the question, why would you want it?
Hey?
Which begs the question, why would you want it?
You wouldn't bother. Just don't bother. Just let it be. You're better off just leaving it be. It'll rise above the strike anyway, and if you are adventurous and you do see it as a good opportunity, then by all means write a brand new position at 40 going forward, but don't buy to close the current one you've got. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're charging $1 more just for...
Next month is quite good.
Well, let's have a look at that. If you rolled it forward a month, if you roll it forward, well, my God, you get $2.68. So,
Isn't bad, is it?
well, for my money, what I would do is I would let it be. I'll put it in over here.
Yeah, the conservative in me says, leave it be. Let's just watch how the market goes over the next, week.
Yeah,
And make some valuable, some valid decisions for the following month. Because this month's been a good one. I don't have to do anything.
No.
I'm comfortable with how it's sitting. So I thought, why increase the stress factor? Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, you just enjoy the ride. Yeah, look, as soon as that stock shows you a really good support, as in one more night, if it gives us a green bounce tonight, I would say to all platinum members out there, why don't you write a new position on UAL at 40? Just if that's going to be your one aggressive position, then do that.
Right.
Because it's going to make you $2.50 for nothing,
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, good eye, good eye.
And I've been trying to read it to see if there was any forward risk, and I can't see it.
No, let me just have another look at that. No, and by the way, see the expiry date here? The next date of earnings for that company is after expiry. So that's fine.
Yep. So I think it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Just give it a night or two, and if all the signs are good, then by all means write a new position at 40.
Yeah. No, I'll keep a good eye on it.
Good, eh?
Really, that's all I care.
You're saying just roll them forward, Pete? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm not saying roll it forward, Bill, because the reason I'm saying don't roll it forward is because if you just simply rolled it, currently you'd have to pay for go back a month
$1.50.
$1.50, right?
$1.50 is- Yep.
So if you want to be a little bit aggressive, leave the one you've got and write a new one for next month.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay? Because this one they're charging $1.50, but it's only 46 cents beneath the strike. Okay.
Yep.
Good. Let me go down, Evan. Let me go down to Nat and Trent. How you guys going? No, all good. Righto, you guys mightn't have your microphone on. Let me go back down then to Nicolaus.
Going a while ago. That was her disrupting me a while ago, Pete.
Oh, that was your daughter-in-law. What was that?
That was her talking to her son a while ago when you could hear a bit of noise.
Oh, okay. Maybe they had your grandchild in the background. Okay. Let me go to Nicholas in Canberra. How you going, Nick?
G'day, Pete. I'm still looking for my voice.
Yeah, so everyone, Nick's, I'll just speak for Nick for a second. He's lost his voice because of the incredible cold that has inflicted Canberra, which, if you ask me, is like a snowflake falling in the tropics. But I'm here in Mount Massett, and I can tell you, I was wearing more gear today around the farm than I wore when I crossed the Antarctic Peninsula, just to stay warm. In fact, I'm in my kitchen right now, and I'm still wearing my Sorels. It's so cold. Anyway, Nick, sorry, you were going on about being cold?
So, Pete, The only one that may concern me, and it's not, is DAL. Probably the one that's closest to being at strike.
You've got, how many positions you got on?
I've got 20 positions on at the moment.
Yep.
21 actually.
What's that?
21 positions at this point.
21 on. All good. Yep, but one is TAL, yeah?
Yeah, it's close to strike price, but I think that's not going to be an issue.
What have you got it at?
36.
Right, that sounds good.
36.44 tonight.
Okay, good. So there it is, TAL. Oh yeah, no worries. Well, look at that. That's just chugging along, and it's got earnings again after the end of the month anyway.
Pete,
You know
DAL.
what?
D for Daryl.
DAL.
Delta Airlines.
Oh yeah.
That's
So
the one.
well, hopefully that's the same.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, fix your voice up, Nick.
Anyway,
Pete takes those things off his
Oh,
ears.
we'll be close to it.
anyways, same story. It dropped with the overall market, but it closed higher yesterday than it opened, and it also closes after the end of the month. So it has earnings after the end of the month. So good. And you've got it at 36. That all looks good to me.
Yep.
I tell you what, guys and girls, when the overall market, remember, all ships sink in an outgoing tide. Remember that, okay? All ships sink in an outgoing tide. The overall market, the SPY or the SPX, same thing. The SPY is just an index. The overall market has just done that, which is pretty massive, really. And we've got one position amongst 40 beneath strike. So all ships sink in a outgoing tide. What I'm saying to you is when the overall market turns around, like when you see some green bars here on the SPX, any position that you've got that was close to strike would be a good position to write a gain for the next month, because it means but wait until the tide turns. Don't fight the tide. Anyway, Nicolaus, you go ahead.
That's about it. That's about it, really, Pete.
You've got 21 on, and you've only got and TAL is the only one you got close to the strike. Okay, good.
Yep.
Hey, have you worked out how much you're looking at making this month from your trading?
I know that in May next year I'll be making the equivalent of my wage currently. So I think currently per month I'm doing about 5,000 US.
That's awesome.
It is pretty cool.
And how much time, other than chatting to me personally, is it taking you, to do that per month?
I keep telling people it's boring. Not much time at all.
Hey, well, it's awesome. I mean, I guess it's true to say that you are paying for you have paid for your trip to Antarctica with me this year, with profits made from trading with me.
Absolutely, yeah. That was one of my criteria.
That's cool. That is
I
so.
don't know that I actually expressed that to you, but I did to my family. I said my trip will come out of my trading.
That
Yeah,
is.
that's awesome.
That is so fantastic, Nick. For me, that really warms the cockerels of my heart, because for years I had this vision of creating a trading program which supports people coming on a venture which they thought they couldn't afford, but then I taught them how to make the money so they could indeed afford it. In fact, not only afford it, they could pay for somebody else to do it. And, if you look at your adventure with purpose with Beatrice and I to Antarctica, $3,200 of your money towards the trip is going towards funding for an Aboriginal student to join us.
Correct.
And all that has come out of trading.
Yep.
Nick, thank you for being on the call tonight. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Hey, let me...
So, Pete,
Yeah, go ahead.
just on a personal level, I've got a new partner in my life.
Hey.
That's what I'm talking to her about at the moment.
I'm getting a glass. Nick, here's me getting a glass and a spoon. Hey.
I'm talking to her about thinking about trading as well.
Wow. So, because we're all silent romantics at heart, tell me about her. What's the story? What's the scoop?
She lives in Sydney. She's got 5 acres. She's doing it tough at work. Yeah, we've been dating for about a month, and I've shown her what I do, and she's quite keen to have a look at it when she's in a position to do so.
You've shown you what you do on the dance floor or on the trading platform?
Oh, sorry. Actually, she's a dancer. She's a ballroom and Latino dancer.
Woohoo! Nicolaus from Canberra. Come to the podium. That's good, mate. That's awesome.
Anyway, so I've talked to her about trading, and she's quite keen to look at more about what the ins and outs are.
Well, I'm going to boast here, and as your personal coach, I helped you to get rid of the ex, and I'm glad to welcome the new, mate.
You did, actually. There's a few people on this call that know my ex, actually.
Righto, well, I won't drop names. But I'll go now to New Zealand. Steve, are you there? Steve's gone on an awesome kite surfing trip to the islands north of New Zealand. Oh no, Steve in Melbourne. Hey, Steve in Melbourne. Who's that? Okay.
G'day Peter, how you going?
Good, how you going?
Fantastic, sitting here almost as cold as you.
Yeah, I imagine. Hey, now you're not trading with me, but you're enjoying the process. How are you going?
I am enjoying the process and just enjoying looking at what you do, what the other people are doing, and getting my head back into the space of what shares do when you're directly trading. So, yeah, just on a good learning curve and watching and seeing what you're all doing.
Oh, good on you, Steve. So just so everyone knows, Steve is an ordained priest here in Victoria, and is looking at coming to Antarctica with Beatrice and myself, if not this year, next year, and his beautiful wife Kim. And the whole purpose here is about teaching people about, the rich don't get rich because they're rich. The rich get rich through rich thinking. And the thinking comes with a strategy. And this chat tonight that we're having is about the strategy. And Steve, as you may have picked up from the relationship that I've got with those that are trading with, we have a good time, I mean, it's only money, and we're making plenty of it. So don't get too caught up about it. But we're making about 10 times what the banks are charging, but the banks are paying you. Like, the bank is currently paying about 5% per year on your savings. And each of us are making about 3 or 4% per month. So, go figure. What's the difference? It's just knowledge. It's application of knowledge. Okay?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, good.
Peter, I would be interested in one question, and I haven't had a chance to look at the videos yet, so the answer might be there. Roughly, what are people investing in terms of their total holdings?
Yeah, totally. Well, it's always about 3 or 4% is the return that we get, and what they invest is relatively up to me. Like the next person on the call, whose name is also Steve Rowland. Now, what's Nat saying? I have no sound. Oh, hang on. What's Nat saying? I have no sound the whole time. We've only got 2 positions on, UAL and app. Okay, well, yeah. So Nat and Trent going okay. Now Steve, yeah, just saying the next Steve on the phone call is Steve Rowland, and Steve's making, well, he'll tell you, $6,000 a month or whatever. He's trading with a bit more money than a lot of people. The point of the story is we're always making about 3 or 4% per month on whatever capital we invest. Okay.
Sounds good.
But the other Steve that I was who is actually off kite surfing, a sport which he's picked up only because of my influence, is off. And the reason he's on the call tonight is he's off in an island north of New Zealand in Western Pacific kite surfing on this awesome trip. Kite surfing. Anyway, he started off trading with $3,000, and he's just loving it. And now he's actually trading accounts for other people on behalf of on their recommendations. So I'll go to Steve Rowland to help answer that question. Steve Rowland, how are you going?
Yeah, look, all good. I've got 19 positions on, Peter.
Yep. All good?
I did. Look, there's only two that's of interest, which is DAL, which you've spoke about before,
Yep.
and P, whatever P is.
That's
Pandora Media.
Pandora Media. I use Pandora every day. Yep.
I did make a mistake this month.
Yep.
I doubled up on ABX 17.
Yes.
I don't usually make too many mistakes, and that's one that I've done. But that seems to be doing very well. So a mistake that's actually turned out okay.
Let me have a little look. I mean, well, first of all, no. Before I'm not even going to look it up yet. I'm going to see what I said earlier today about that. ABX. What did I say? I said above strike and trading well. 17. Okay, good. Now, what's it doing in the marketplace?
It's firing. It's got a gold coin next to it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, so you doubled up on that?
Yeah. Well, I didn't realise I doubled up until I had a look and realised where did it go, and then it obviously absorbs itself into the one position. So
Yeah.
I've got 48 on them.
Oh, you got
48 of them.
Yeah, right. That's all right. How much did that one position pay you?
Not much. About $200. So it wasn't a huge gain.
Oh, good effort. So all your positions, you got 19 on. They're all going well. How much are you going to make this month in your calendar month?
In my calendar, well, last month was 6,200. So
Yep.
I'm expecting probably around the same amount. I got 3.2% last month,
Yep.
and I'm averaging about 3.15 is what I mentioned last week as well.
Yep.
But it depends on what P does. If that comes back, then who knows? It could be around the 7,000 mark again.
Wow, I like it. Okay. 7,000 per month from trading. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm retiring in 3 years. 3 months, Peter. I don't know if you realise. I am beating you, Nick.
Yeah, you're beating Nick.
Actually, I do like it. Then I can learn from you.
That's right.
Well, you're both in Canberra. Have you guys hooked up yet? Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Oh, good.
We've had Ty as well. Devon. Yeah.
Oh, you met Evan as well? Steve?
Yeah, we had the Thai at the Thai place.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't go to my favourite cafe, Lennox. What's it called? Lennox, or whatever? Yeah.
EQ or Equinox?
Equinox.
No, we might ride a little bit further this time.
Hey, I reckon Equinox would be a good cafe to have the fundraiser for Antarctica, by the way.
Possibly.
Only because it's the only place that I know in Canberra, except for Parliament House.
I thought you knew one other venue.
All right. Hey, listen, talking about a Canberra people, I'll go to Will and Daryl, both of them in the same person. Will, how you going?
I'm good, thanks, Pete. Can you hear me this time?
Yeah, no worries at all.
Well, that's good, because you couldn't hear me last week.
No.
I've still only got 9 on. I must have been too fussy. And Yeah, they're all above strike. So I was listening intently to your conversation about UAL, and I gather that was. I think your instructions were buy it at or sell it at 40 strike if it goes up for either the next night or the next 2 nights, and I gather that's a July position.
Yeah, sell it exactly. Yeah, if it goes up,
Yep.
if it's green light for the next 2 nights in a row, then sell it forward at 40.
Cool. Yeah, I actually already have it, but that's what we're saying. It's an aggressive one, so I'll sell another one. Yep.
All right,
That's what you're saying.
and I'm giving you a hard time there by typing up "has been too fussy" because they were your words. Do you think you might be over analysing it a little bit?
I think you're
It was
getting
more
to know
that.
him too well, Pete.
What's that, Nick?
It's more that
I think you're getting to know him too well.
Yeah, that's right.
I was just hoping to get
Very
3% after brokerage, and I just couldn't get it.
Well, that-
I sort of.
Well,
I
that-
suppose I'm readdressing that, and I'm maybe going to drop that a bit.
Well, there's Stephen Rowland in the same city as you, and he's making 3.15%. He's been trading with me for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not too fussy. Will.
Yeah,
I've tried to analyse it to depth, and I always get it wrong. I say, well, this one's going to drop, and it doesn't drop. It goes back the other way. So you never know.
Anyway.
and he's talking about his trading, by the way.
So, Steve, does that mean you're going to head up the coast in a couple of months?
I got to wait till my daughter finishes school, but that means I'll be at home potentially with my wife working until the end of the year, and then we're moving. Yeah.
Wow, sounds
Bags
awesome.
are packed.
Wow.
A bit of life changer.
Sea change, absolutely.
See, Chan. Well, Steve, just remember that marriage is for life, but not for lunch.
I need to start playing golf. I hear what you're saying.
You need to find some interest because the trading we're doing does not take much time, as all of us know. It takes minutes, and you put them on at the beginning of the month and let it go. Well, that's terrific, guys. Well, that's the end of the alphabet. Any questions for tonight at all?
Just with Peter, how do you see that one turning out?
Yeah, look, I've got it here on the screen. Pandora, it has some history here. It obviously we've got a floor here, which was witnessed back in May at 22. It's a fairly new company, so it hasn't got a long history. I think it's a case of I think to answer that question, I need to see what the market does in the next 3 days, really. If need be, we'll buy to close it. If need be, we'll roll it. If need be, we'll happily buy it. I'll need to answer that, Steve, in about 3 days' time.
Before we do go, Pete,
Yep.
I did ask you just to verify that UAL was for July, yes?
That's currently in July, but what I'm June, July. But what I'm saying is, if you wish to roll it, not roll it. If you write a new position, once it has bounced, you are welcome to write a new position at 40 in August.
After August. Okay, yeah, that's all I'm asking. I understood the rest of it. You just never said what month.
So that's a big money earner.
Because that will make you what did I say, $2.50ish.
Because I thought the charts you had up were all July charts. That was why I assumed July.
Hey, will you be putting
Yeah,
that up?
July's $1.50 at the moment.
$1.50 to get out of the current one. I wouldn't spend that because you can get out. I mean, it's only 46 cents beneath strike. But if you go to August, you can write a new position at $2.68. Right? Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good number.
So you know how once a month, you know, we're allowing a bit of a, you know, a wild card, like a double up. Well, that's a good double up.
Yep, sounds good.
But wait for it to bounce. Okay? Righto, guys and gals. Any other questions for tonight?
So, Pete, when it,
Yeah, go
when
Nick.
it does bounce, will you be letting us know?
What's that, Nick? Speak
when it
up.
does bounce, will you be letting you there?
Yeah, I'm just joking. Yeah. What's that, mate?
When it does bounce, will you be letting us know through the recos?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, good. So you all appreciate that. Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
Just on the being fussy bit that we were talking about before.
Yep.
I wasn't being fussy this month, and I've had a good month. I think there's something in that.
Yeah, you weren't just go with it. Just let it be. I mean, it all comes back to me, and as long as I keep on performing, then just roll with it. Yep. Righto, guys and gals. Well, that's awesome. Having you on the call, Nick. Great having you on the call. I think Kim was on the call earlier. You know, both of you are paying for your trip to Antarctica with profits made from our training account. That's just awesome. That was the vision. It hasn't been an easy vision, I can tell you, from time to time. But that was the whole purpose that I started years ago, was to create a platform that people could ultimately leave their job and live their purpose. And Steve Rowland, I'll tell you, your purpose is not golf. You know, it'll be something, now that you're financially free and able to move to Byron Bay or wherever, or Lennox Head, it'll be a purpose which goes far beyond, you know, playing off three. So that's a question worth contemplating, and I put it to everybody to really think about what is their purpose. Eckhart Tolle, in the book called The Power of Now, talks about, are we our thoughts, or are we a spirit behind our thoughts? And I'm putting to all of you out there that if you are a spirit indeed that is behind your thoughts, then what does your spirit want? And what does your spirit really want to create here on this earth while it's here, while it's chosen to be here? And it might not be what your conscious body thinks it is. So I want you to contemplate that, and it goes far beyond money. Money is just a means to an end. And I thank you all for trusting me enough with the recommendations that I give and the education that I provided for you to take action with what I provide, and I want you to think about what you're going to do with it. That's the big topic for right now, okay?
Cool. Thanks, Peter.
Pleasure. Right, everyone. Well, play well, and I look for. I've got 52 Chinese coming here for Saturday lunch on this Saturday. So wish me well. They'll be doing climbing, horse riding, full on. So there you go. All I can say is, yeah, that's right, Will. All I can say is ni hao and wajao pita. Hello, my name is Peter. I can also say ni ju, which is her name is, and I can say her name is Olivia, my daughter, or ni jiao Beatrice.
Do they have interpreters with them, Peter?
They do. Fortunately, they do come with interpreters.
You may need interpreters.
Yeah,
Otherwise, the conversation is going to be short.
it's a fairly short conversation, which is, hello, my name is Peter, welcome.
Then point to the horse.
Then point to the horse. Righto, guys and gals. I'll nothing ventured, nothing gained. I wish you well, and I'll talk to you in the next webinar.
Okay. Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, Peter.
Bye.